Whoa, Risky. You seem utterly exhausted, buddy. What's going on? Is those bags under your eyes? I mean, I'm not trying to, be offensive, but what's going on?
Doc, I'm not sure. Maybe it's my mattress? I just don't feel ready to go in the morning, even when I'm getting a full night's rest.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I definitely don't have that problem at all.
I could totally tell. You seem refreshed and ready to go. In fact, you always seem like you get a full night's rest and are energized and ready to go for the podcast.
Hey, you want to know my secret? It's called Lisa Mattress. Lisa Mattress. That's right. 2 words, Lisa Mattress. And what if I told you that you could save $165 on these already very affordable mattresses? And all you would have to do is use our promo code FRIENDS125. One word, FRIENDS125, and you're all set.
Yeah, that sounds great and all, but I have to go pick it up? I have to lug it back to my own place, and, I don't drive a car big enough to fit a whole mattress in there, so how am I going to do that?
Risky. It's 2018, buddy. Mattresses don't come the way they used to. It gets delivered to your door in a box. You simply just pull it out, free it from its plastic prison, and watch your slumbering heaven unfold in front of your eyes.
As dirty as that sounds, but a box? How does it come out in a box? What kind of witchcraft is this? This sounds great and all, but what if I don't like it? I mean, a mattress in a box, that seems kind of risky.
Nice. Well, look, they are so confident that you'll be getting the best sleep of your entire life that they are willing to give you 100 nights to test out the mattress risk-free. 100 nights, no questions asked. Give it a shot. Jump up and down on it. Throw a bowling ball on it. Whatever you do or like to do, I'm not judging, but I'm just saying, if you don't like it, you can return it. No questions asked. They come, they pick it up.
Wow. Thanks, Doc. I really owe you. Now I can get a great night's rest, too. A great night's rest as well, too. Great.
Hey, no problem, buddy. No problem. Now on with the show.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 15 of Cross Atlantic Gaming. I'm your host Risky the Kid, and joining me this week are my co-hosts DocH1X1.
Hey, what's up?
And Chocolate Bear.
How you doing, guys?
Doing wonderful. Before we get going, I would like to shout out our newest Patreon patrons, and those are Mitchell and Somewhat Anonymous.
Hell yeah.
Woo! Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
now,
you.
If you guys want to just talk shit about them for the rest of the episode, feel free.
I think I told Moose that I checked our bylaws, and there's actually a 24-hour grace period once we announce it on the podcast. So legally, we have to actually abstain from that for at least 24 hours.
Yep. Sorry. Mitchell
within
and
the
Somewhat.
floodgates. Yeah.
Great guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thanks for the support.
Trust them with my life.
So we're doing a little something in September for our patrons next month. Probably in the middle of the month. Is that what we decided on?
Yeah.
Okay. So our middle of the month episode, whenever that ends up being, we're just going to do a little giveaway for our patrons. This isn't the big game AAA giveaway, but we are going to do something small for everybody that is subbed on Patreon. So,
yep. Although we're not too far away from that being a giveaway either, though.
We're really not. So any support, we're obviously appreciative. And thanks, everybody that helps keep this thing going.
Yeah, you guys have been overwhelmingly generous with how much you have helped us out with all this. And we honestly didn't expect it, and it really does mean a lot. And we will abuse you verbally ridiculously at this point now. So, yeah. So you signed up for this.
Just wait till episode 16.
Yeah, episode 15. So, all the haters that said we weren't going to make it past 5, look where we're at now. Doc, the podcast killer, has not killed this podcast.
Oh, no.
Not yet.
Oh, no.
That was uncalled for. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All right, before we get into what we've been playing, though, we finished up Name the Phrase last week. So, Chocolate, I'll let you take it away.
So
Name the
insert
phrase.
Here,
Go.
drum roll. And the winner is Ledonian. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was really loud in my earpiece.
No turning that down. Sorry about that.
No, none at all. Yeah, congratulations. The random name generator thingy that we used was great, and you might see what we used on Instagram.
Oh, boy.
Also, real quick shout out to Ledonian for some top-notch work on some images he has created for us. So that's really good stuff, man. I think you might have found your calling, Ledonian. You're not bad at that stuff, so keep it up.
Yeah, so if you see any of our Twitter, Instagram, even this logo on the podcast you're listening to right now, that artwork is courtesy of the man, the myth, the legend, Ledonian.
Yeah.
He sucks, though, pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so another week. Another week of gaming, another week of real-life shenanigans. I just got done with my second wedding of 4 in a row. The dogs are going crazy downstairs. Hopefully you guys can't hear them. I'm sure you can.
They're excited that Ledonian won.
They're pumped. So thanks, dogs, for that. Yeah, so had another wedding. That was fun. I pretty much live chatted with some of you guys.
It was pretty great. It was
through the
pretty
whole
great,
thing,
yeah.
and then I also sent a tweet out that wasn't correct on our on our Twitter account. I said, if you have listened to the Cross Atlantic Gaming podcast, then what are you waiting for? It's like, what? That didn't make a lot of
English,
sense.
whatever. I mean,
How many drinks down were you?
I don't. You lose track eventually.
you seem like you're having a good time, and I think that's the most important thing. So I
I
mean,
definitely was. That was a lot of fun. As far as gaming goes, I hopped back into God of War. I don't know what put me off of it for so long. My last save was like the beginning of June, I think.
Oh,
so,
dang.
Oh, wow.
So for whatever reason, I had just like stopped playing it completely, and then I decided to pick it up this week, and now I'm hooked again, and I'm not gonna stop. You heard it here first until this game is done.
Till credits roll.
I'm gonna try not to spoil anything, but the part I'm at, because you played through this, right, Doc?
Yes.
I just got a new weapon.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that part was. That part might have been my favorite part of the game. Actually,
It was so good. Everything that's been
Yeah.
happening lately is
Yeah.
just ridiculously good in that game. It's so, and like the combat with the new weapon it's phenomenal. It's so fun.
Did you have that part? Do you mind me asking? Did you have that part spoiled for you in any way, or was that actually
No.
surprise? Okay, that
Surprise.
it was for me too, and that was pretty epic. Yeah.
So good. Other than that, I hopped back into PUBG a little bit this week with I don't even remember who I was playing with. Lou, Dan Pod, and Bacon Cheeseburgers, I think.
Oh, nice.
That was my first time playing on my new monitor, playing PUBG, and that game's running way better than it used to. At least nobody got kicked the whole night. We played a good 2 or 3 hours. No kicks, no real laggy or like frame drops. Well, the frame drops if you throw Molotov cocktails is still there for sure.
They still had the same problem with fire in that game like they did with Counter-Strike back in the day. So
Exactly.
yeah,
We just call them frame rate grenades.
Yeah,
at this point.
yeah,
So,
pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, that's still there, but like the water and just like all the textures, I don't know if. Well, I never would have played it on my 4K TV because I don't play competitive stuff at all on that. So this was my first time seeing it in 4K, and I was like, the textures look as nice as this is the nicest looking PUBG I could be looking at, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah,
the textures obviously are subpar to begin with, but
and I would say nobody ever looked at that game as a real looker. I mean, it's definitely sharp as hell in 4K, but the nice thing about your monitor now too is you don't have to worry about screen tearing because that was also an issue with that game. So, that's probably helping at this point too. So
because I think like this was one of the more shocking ones for me, but I think it was just because I put in so much time into PUBG, so it's like burned into my mind on that old monitor, and then putting it on this one, I was like, oh man, what happened? Why does this game look better?
It's almost like you wiped off your proverbial glasses, and it's just like a clear view into the
exactly
into the island.
I haven't played that game in so long.
We should play it sometime.
We should.
It's fun.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucked though, we literally played. It was a good 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, and we played Erangel once. So.
Oh wow.
We played Miramar like in the desert the whole entire night, which I'm not a huge fan of that map. So that that was rough.
I kind of get the I don't know if I get all the hate, but I do get the sentiment that map is the weakest of the bunch for sure. As far as like the PC crowd kind of feeling that way for a while, I totally get that now.
Do you know if you can choose servers on the PC version? Like if you want to just play Erangel, you can.
You can. They have, last I checked a while back, was you could pick. I'm pretty sure you can pick between the two big maps, but I know for sure you can definitely pick just Sandhook if you want. I'm not exactly sure, trying to remember if you can pick between the two big maps or if you have to be in a hopper for both of those. Pretty much like the Xbox right now, but I know for sure Sandhook you can get by itself.
Yeah, because I would love to just be able to play the map I want to.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Miramar's fine. It's just I prefer the other one. So.
Yeah, same. It just inevitably seems less varied when it's just all open desert, you know. So.
Yeah, for sure.
I was going to say, do you think they're holding out? I know it's going to be in the news later, but do you think they're holding out all the extra fine kind of map picking for the 1.0?
Oh yeah, that will be in 1.0 for Xbox. They've already they've said that. Yeah, so I mean,
hallelujah.
We will have that option at that point. Again, I can't honestly remember though if there's an option between the two big maps, but there definitely is for Sandhook though.
Cool. And then the last thing, I'll just give an update on my Hollow Knight because that's what I'm still playing on Switch. I have a double jump.
Oh yeah.
Game changer. That and like it's like an unlimited dash. So if you hold down, I want to call it left trigger. I don't really know what it is, but it just like skyrockets you across the terrain until you actually hit like a wall or something stops you.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Like parts in the game where it'd be like just a giant spike pit that I couldn't see the end of. Now I can go back and get across those, or like the things that were too high, I can double jump. So I just unlocked a whole bunch of new areas.
I was just about to say,
game.
yeah, you were talking about double jumping that. Like with Metroidvania games, that is always a game changer, and not only for how you play the game, but also where you can get to now. So.
And I finally started using my pins, because you can buy pins from like a vendor, and then you can put them on the map to like mark interesting stuff or whatever. And there was a boss I ran into, and I either got frustrated and I should have put it down and come back, or I just am not skilled enough to beat him right now. But I just put a little like pin on him so I knew exactly where he was. And I wish I had been utilizing those the whole game. Like this spot, you clearly needed a double jump. I should have just laid down a certain pin, like because you get 4 different colors. So I could be like, the blues are all the double jump areas that I've ran into. So like now I can go back and check them out. So I'm kind of frustrated that I didn't do that. But that game's still awesome. And right now, I want to say it still has to be on sale, but it's $9.99 right now.
Oh yeah, that's
on the Switch. Well worth the money. So
yeah, I picked that up. That is, if you have a Switch, you need to get that for that price. You will, even if you're not into that type of game, just do it. Like you'll.
Yeah, they also just released their 4th free DLC, like drop or whatever. I don't actually know what's in it. I just saw somebody posted it. I think it might have been Shine that that's out now. So that's me for gaming though. Chocolate, how was your week? What kind of trouble did you get into? What kind of games did you play?
Oh, it was good. Wife was away, so I managed to get quite a few games in.
Nice.
I don't know. Started that Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Oh boy.
What on earth is going on? I had no idea what was happening, how to do it. I think I died within seconds. I was so flabbergasted by it.
That's a hidden gem. Yeah, that game is a hidden gem for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, it was good. I didn't play too long.
Did you play with anyone?
I did play with some randoms.
Okay.
So it was just, I think it was just like an off chance, and it was like just jump in.
From what I've seen, it seems like if you're like in party with a bunch of people and playing it, that's probably the way to play that game.
Yeah, it seems like it's an ultimate kind of party game with your friends.
It is perfect for you. You got a group of friends together. You may or may not have had a few drinks, that game is right up there in terms of like just super hilarious, stupid stuff happening.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Whoever thought of it is something's wrong with him.
There ends up being a lot of strategy with it too, because like you can obviously you're putting together this death ninja course or whatever you want to call it, like Ninja Warrior death course, but then you can also erase stuff or I feel like there's moments where like you can get like there's portals in the game, and like you'll have people, it's like, oh, I got a portal, I'm just going to put it near the exit. Well, somebody does that. Somebody inevitably puts like a trap right by the exit portal, and then they just get impaled by spikes when they come out the other side. It's just there's a lot of actual strategy involved in that game. I feel like
definitely, yeah. And then obviously trying to finish it as well, so you get the points.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't do too well on that. Managed to play Sapienza on Hitman for the 16-ounce Gaming Families Game Pass Game Club. God, that's such a long name.
What a mouthful.
Rolls right off the tongue.
It just slides straight out. Yeah, so I did Sapienza. My God, that was difficult.
Is that the level after Paris?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was playing it and then jumped on to oh God, I can't even think. Party chat with Sweeney, and he had to talk me through the last part of destroying the virus.
The lab, yeah.
Oh, that was tough. So he actually streamed it as well, so I was there watching him just to see how to do it, because I couldn't get my head around it, because I think I got spotted as a doctor, so I couldn't get into the lab.
Oh, yeah.
So in the end, I just made a hash of it and just winged it, managed to do it.
Something about how stupid that game can be at sometimes, though, because like I'm in there with the virus, I got this big hazmat suit on, and I just snapped the neck of another scientist right beside me looking in a microscope, and people are coming in being like, the hell is there a body doing right here? And then I'm just like, and then it's like, oh, pretend that you're studying something on the microscope, and I'm over here, I'm like, oh, yes, microscope, yes, there is, yes, okay. And it's a body lying next to me, and they're all like, well, I guess he just slipped. Okay, back to work, guys.
Yeah,
so
leaving
stupid.
the body there.
This is also leaving the body. It's so stupid. Actually, have you guys seen what happens to the bodies eventually? People eventually come, put them in a body bag, and take them away.
I'll do that. I know. I've missed that.
Yeah, that eventually happened.
I don't think I've ever been around long enough after killing someone to watch that.
It's pretty great.
God, I'll have to have a watch of that.
One thing that kind of, I don't know if it bothered you guys at all, but it was because I don't want to say I stopped playing this, but I haven't progressed past Paris.
Yeah.
But something I noticed, and it kind of put me off, was when if you're ever dropping like rat poison into someone's glass, I'm just speaking about the first mission on the boat or whatever. To do two of the challenges, you had to like drop some rat poisoning into the guy's glass at the bar, and then you also had to do it like in a crowd of people on a table. And I just think it's real weird that like a bartender's looking at you, he watches you walk up, take some rat poison out, just pop it into a glass that's clearly not yours, and just walk away. And he's just have a good day.
Like, I'm sure that's on the up and up.
It's just
enjoy that drink.
Yeah.
Kind of takes me out of the immersion a little bit.
Yeah,
but
there's definitely parts of that game to where, and
it's like, why does no one care what's happening right now?
Right. There's definitely parts of that game where you're just like, you have to, even though it's not easy to always do, be like, oh, video games kind of thing.
Exactly.
But I agree. Like it's definitely immersion breaking sometimes, where you're just like, I shouldn't be able to do this, like right in front of that guy's plain view, you know. But
that's funny.
Yeah. What else did I get in? Dead Cells.
Did you make it to
progressing
the bridge yet?
nicely? Sorry, did I make
it to the bridge with the concierge, the first like boss?
Yes, I think I've done that.
Did he
100%.
murder you? Or did you eventually beat him?
Well, no, I've done quite well. I've only died twice, and I've played it for at least a couple of hours. So I feel that this is my game.
There you go.
Nice.
So I'm doing quite well.
Let us know when you beat it, and then speed run it.
Yeah, speed run it at my with my kids. Yeah, it'd be great. And then I also played Madden Overdrive.
Oh yeah.
Risky, I hate you. I hate you.
Okay, real quick, have you unlocked Fire Breath for Andy Reid yet? Is that done or no? Because honestly, that to me is when the game opened up. So.
To be honest, I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons, trying to make passes. Haven't got a clue.
Don't make
So-
passes. You know this better than anyone. You just run the ball.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like going through the crowd, so I either go left or right, and if I go left, they're always stacked to the left, and then I have to go right, and my blocker never blocks, so got to
Sounds
change
like
it up
you-
slightly.
some real mind games going on there.
No, I'll tell you, they're doing
now,
me.
Now that's the thing about football, Chocolate. Now, not to get too in depth in it, but the whole reason a lot of times that there's you'll watch football sometimes and be like, well, why are they just running a guy up the middle into a crowd of people? Like they're not getting any yards. What's the purpose? The whole idea is that you can't. That way, they can't just put a bunch of defenders and safeties out in the field, and they have to at least respect the run game, kind of thing. They have to at least commit some people to the middle. That way, you can have more open on the sides and stuff to throw.
It's a game. I don't understand.
I'm just saying football, you know.
Yeah.
Just,
I think, Chocolate, if you're really looking for some advice here, you should pull out your wallet, buy some Madden cash,
No.
open up some packs, and really just up your
Okay.
game that way.
wait a second. Packs, you say risky. I'm always about best value. What are we talking here? What's best value?
Dude, I haven't even looked. I just know that I bought something for $1.99 the other day. And after that, I just felt real bad about myself, so I just haven't
circle of
spent
life.
real money again.
I won't do it for a mobile game. And then, talking about football, I played some real football and played
Oh, here
FIFA,
we go.
and I played PES. But that's it. I'll just gloss over that.
Why are you playing two of those games?
You'll find out later at the show.
All right,
Oh.
fair enough.
Hey,
Spoilers.
okay. If you're on a deserted island, Chocolate, all things the same, and going by gameplay alone, which would you take, FIFA or PES?
FIFA.
Okay, well that was
It's
not
all
even
about FIFA. No,
not
yeah.
even a debate. Okay.
That's gameplay alone. Like, don't even look at
Gameplay.
licensing.
No,
Just-
nothing else. Yeah, nothing else involved.
Nothing else. No, for me, PES was very slow, felt very heavy, and couldn't do it.
So FIFA technically would be king for gameplay reasons alone, even if nothing else.
For me personally, yeah. I
Okay.
think PES is a lot more real life. It feels more
Not
realistic.
as maybe not as arcadey game like. Maybe
Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's it. Doc, what have you been doing?
I have still been playing Battlefield 1 because
What?
holy crap, I love Battlefield. I think I am just addicted. I'm getting borderline addicted to Battlefield like I was Call of Duty back in the day. As weird and random as that is to say. I know a lot of that's got to do with, Battlefield 5 coming out and being kind of reinvigorated for it, but I just love that game.
Hopefully you don't burn yourself out.
Yeah, I know. I kind of think about that too because that's basically what happened with. Well, I say what happened with Call of Duty back in the day, but after 4 games worth of Call of Duty, that eventually happened.
Right.
And still not technically for you, right? So,
No.
but I actually got back into For Honor because that came to Games with Gold. I technically already owned it. It's another one of those games that's like I bought and don't know why I bought it because I didn't really play it, but it
Well,
came
there's
to Games with-
probably a player base there right now at least.
Well, exactly. That was my thought process. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get back in now because there's probably a lot of new people getting into this, and I won't just go online and play against people that have been like churning out, 8 hours a day since launch, and just like cream me. But that game's really good, actually. I really love the whole combat system in it and the way they've done it, and like any other Ubisoft game, they've added a ton of stuff to it since launch. And it seems like a lot of free stuff, too. They've also taken the route of they're slowly, or I don't know, slowly, this might have been all at once, but they're taking the route of they've added some new Chinese characters, and they're going the Overwatch route of basically giving them names and unique personalities, I guess you could say. So they're almost going to the hero-based shooter kind of model for their stuff now.
Huh. Was that with the... Is that the stuff they announced at E3? Is that
I
when they
believe
announced
so.
That?
Yeah.
That
Yep,
stuff's
I
out
believe.
now?
I don't know. Now, see, I don't have any season pass or anything, so I didn't see it. So I don't know if it's out and I just couldn't see it, or if it's not out yet.
Oh,
but,
okay.
But I definitely don't. Unless maybe this just goes to show how much I know. They might have announced that it was free. I don't know, but I know at one point at least there was a season pass for it.
I don't think... I'm pretty sure they were charging for this one.
Okay, yeah, I would assume so. But there's still a lot of stuff there regardless, and it seems like most of it I can unlock in game. I've just been playing with the Warden, just the base night class, but I've been having a blast with that, and I actually did fairly decent today. Sweeney can back me up on this. He came and watched me play some, but like I did fairly decent for, I thought I was going to get murdered, but again, I think I was going up against a lot of new people that had just downloaded the game, so that might be the one reason I actually maybe stick with it, because I kind of got ramped in at a easier level, I guess you could say. But that also got a 4K update, and holy hell, does that game look really good in 4K? So
Nice.
Yeah, definitely would recommend it, especially now with the bunch of new people getting into it. Now's probably the time if you were thinking about giving it a shot.
Definitely thinking about it. I mean, I have it downloaded.
Right?
We're halfway there.
Or halfway in the process of picking it up and pressing the buttons. So yeah,
that just seems like a game that I'm gonna have to put like a decent amount of time in to be competitive in any way.
It's the combat system is for sure deep enough to where you could really put a lot of time into that, and you can definitely tell that there's a gap there of people that know what they're doing and people that don't. But I think they've made the 1-versus-1 melee combat really fun and tactical, though, and that's pretty big accomplishment as far as that goes. But yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot, though. Probably play it more moving forward too. But that's about it for me.
I hopped into your stream for a minute. How's that going for you? Everything's set up. You got your overlays up. I saw that. That going
turns
well?
out if you're a guy that likes to talk a lot and people don't really like to hear you talk a lot, but when you stream they can't really stop you, it turns out it's a great medium for that.
It's the perfect platform for you.
Yeah.
It's the first thing, like I hopped into the stream and you were just giving like a history lesson on World War II weapons or something, and and Star Wars. I was just like, Doc, I don't know what's going on here. And then without saying goodbye, I just left because
I know, I saw that.
You're hurting my brain.
Yeah, it was one of those things where like I got lucky and I got a few people into the stream that were, I guess, okay with that, or at least they pretended like they were, which maybe they were just being nice to me in that respect. But it's cool to where like I guess that's the cool thing about streaming, to where like you can kind of go on, be yourself, do your thing, and people can stop by. They can either hang out and chat. Maybe they're interested in the same thing, but they don't have to. So that's a cool aspect about streaming. And the way I've basically looked at streaming now is, I had a certain amount of time I would devote to games, and now pretty much that is the time I stream. So that's why, with me being married, and obviously I need to, I want to spend time with my wife. I can't just add on more gaming than I've already, do quite a bit to begin with. So I pretty much was just like, okay, this is going to be the main time I game, and it'll be when I stream.
I think it's fine. And then as long as you're just playing whatever you'd normally be playing, you're not really losing out on anything.
No, I'm not really, like, I guess you could theoretically be like, well, if I wanted to go into streaming and actually look at it as something legit, I would probably, be playing Fortnite
all day.
But
all
I don't want to play Fortnite, so, it's just one of those things. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to play Battlefield, what I want to play. I know nobody's watching this right now, but I don't care. I like Battlefield, so.
You want to enjoy your time.
Playing video games. If I'm doing this purely just as something extra to kind of see if I can. The way I look at streaming as other things that I get into is that I want to try to get good at it and have good production value, and not Hyperlight, but Lightstream is what kind of gave me that it was the gateway drug for me into streaming, of like, okay, this is all a lot easier than I thought it was, and now, on down the road I'll probably get a capture card and stuff like that, but the Lightstream was the gateway drug for me on being able to have something that I could look at as a fun hobby to improve and get better at and do for fun while still playing video games. So yeah, I've had 2 streams so far and I've really enjoyed it. So yeah,
good, man. Glad you're enjoying it. Well, Chocolate is on.
I guess I should have kept talking there. I didn't even think about that.
That's the thing. It's like they can just listen to us continue to ramble for a little while.
True.
Or we could get into the news. All right.
Yeah. How about you want to take this first one, Risky?
Yeah. So this is. It's weird because this isn't news that came out of Gamescom technically.
True.
But it was what we thought it was going to be released there. But the reason for I'll just say it now. Xbox All Access is going to be a thing. It's kind of I don't want to say it's like a rent to own program. It's like a lease, but you keep it at the end.
Right.
So for $35 a month, you can get an Xbox One X, your Xbox Live, and your Game Pass subscription. All of that stuff included.
Yep.
For $35 a month, like I said, and you pay it off over 24 months. So at the end of the 24 months, the Xbox One X will be yours. You and Chocolate were doing math on this earlier. I tuned out because you were just yelling numbers at each other. Does this work out as a decent deal for people?
America, at least, you end up saving $20 based off of MSRP for the Xbox One X bundle.
Realistically, you shouldn't ever be buying some of this stuff at MSRP.
Theoretically, with what we've seen, how they're treating Game Pass and how they've always treated Xbox Live Gold, there's no reason you should ever pay full price for either of those. So at the time when this first came out, I saw it as like, man, 16-year-old me would have loved this. As far as like having a summer job, this would have been in my affordability range.
This is 100% going to be great for a certain subset of people.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Like, because it's one of those things to where, like, and I guess you can almost look at it like, well, of course they're doing this. Why wouldn't they have already? We've had phones forever now, and it's like when you go to AT&T or wherever, you can be like, you can either buy the phone there or you can lease it. And, everybody's kind of gotten used to that model and comfortable with it. Now, granted, phones are the new ones at least are a little bit more expensive than this, but, well, I don't know. I guess not that much different, right? $800,
Yeah,
so,
most phones now we're creeping up to the $1,000 mark.
$1,000 mark. So, I mean, but it's nice that this is an option, and like you were saying, for a specific audience, this will be great. As far as the ability to, and right off the bat, you have Game Pass. When there's 165 games in that right now. So
it's insane. What I was gonna say is that this is also good for somebody coming over from a different platform. Maybe like if you've been a PlayStation person forever and you finally want to hop on the newest, best hardware. This is a good jumping on point, I think.
Well, not only that, but we kind of always forget to mention it. But then every Microsoft exclusive you will have for free, technically, with this deal. So, it's $35 a month. I know we're all talking all the time about like, oh, I have X amount of subscriptions and stuff, but this being another option, I'll probably always go ahead and just buy the whatever console outright. And since we actually look for deals and like surface deals in our Discord all the time, like, hey, you can get gold for $42 for a year's worth right now, etc. This isn't necessary for us that's kind of tuned in, but yeah, I mean, like I said, 16-year-old me with a summer job, I would have loved this. Like, this would have been like, yeah, I can come up with $34, and I get all the first party games, and I've already got a huge back catalog with Game Pass. And honestly, you could even add EA access to that for like $25 for a year, and then you've got a ton of sports games and Battlefield and all that stuff too. So, real simple, easy jumping in point to get a ton of games and a powerful console.
Yeah, and then the last part of the story is just that there's also an Xbox One S bundle, same exact stuff, but this is going to be $22 a month. So an even cheaper, like $20 a month for all of that. Like,
it's totally.
It's a good deal.
Basically, yeah, your water utility for the month, you can get a console and a library, like I said, of like 100 and, well, games with gold. I guess you're getting 4 games a month too, so like 200 plus games probably. So
yeah, dude, it's good. The reason this wasn't announced at Gamescom is because this is launching in the U.S. first, or only in the U.S.
That's
or at least to start. So
that's what I understood it to be. Yeah, like I guess one of those things where it'll come to all the other countries eventually. But I guess this is initially a U.S.
So it makes sense not to release it at a big German convention.
Yeah,
like Gamescom. Then.
And then have like the asterisk being like, and it'll come to you eventually.
Exactly. Yeah. So great deal for gamers. Yeah. Doc, you got this next one.
So this was actually, I guess, a little bit of a surprise. I don't know. I guess we all knew this was coming eventually, but PUBG is getting its 1.0 full release launch on Xbox. Actually, September 4th.
That's coming up like a week.
Yeah,
A
literally.
week.
And the exciting part about this, aside from it's the full game release and all, is that we'll be getting Sandhook and also custom matches and war mode, which I still haven't really fooled around with war mode yet. Had you actually played that a whole lot? Or
The only thing I saw about war mode is that it's not like a one, like you get killed once and you're out. It's not that type of thing.
Okay. So maybe it's not as much of a one and done kind of thing. You still can. So it's like basically got a respawn system almost in it, or
Right. I'm
Okay.
trying to look it up quick, but yeah, it's at least a different game mode. I think the big news here though is the new map. This is their small map.
Yep.
So you're gonna see a lot more action. Gonna be awesome. And then this is huge. They're gonna have custom matches.
Yes.
So when we're doing like community plays with
Yep.
16 ounce, that kind of stuff, being able to have like no matter, especially with the newer map too, like if we only have 10, 15 people, if we throw them into the new map, Sandhook, then like that could be perfect for that. But I'm assuming with custom matches, you also might be able to adjust like things like speed of the circle or like amount of care packages, that kind of stuff. I'm not tuned into PUBG on the PC, so I'm not sure what their custom matches actually look like. But knowing that I can get a large group of friends in here now is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Like the biggest thing I saw on PC side of things come out of custom matches was when they would have like a World War Z type game mode where you'd have 4 people with guns running to a location, and then everybody else was just a unarmed person, but they acted like zombies essentially, and would just like horde like waves of people would come out. Now, obviously, the only people able to do that are like streamers with humongous viewing crowds,
Right.
But it was still cool to see that though. But yeah, like you said though, like a custom match of a community play on Sandhook, that could be really cool. And I'm just based off what I saw those YouTube videos of those custom matches, I'm assuming that you absolutely can adjust some of the stuff like the circle and stuff. So
I would, because just being able to progress the game and get everybody into the center quicker than 30 minutes or however long the circle actually takes, will definitely be good. And I know there's also things like where you can, right off the bat, you can show where the circle is going to be. Or this is a different Battle Royale game I'm thinking of, but if that's a option in custom matches, like right off the bat, you know exactly where the final like shootout's going to go, so everybody can start heading there immediately. It's another way to speed up gameplay if you only have 10 to 20 people or whatever.
Absolutely.
Either way, knowing that they're caught up now with a 1.0 release like on PC, that's big news.
I mean, I'm
definitely
gonna get back into it for sure. I mean, just from the sound of just hearing you say how it's kind of at least it appears it's running smoother and stuff.
It definitely seems like it. And they didn't mention like bug fixes or anything like that. But maybe they're also going to iron out any of the last issues they have with this. But they were really just trying to show off those 3 bullet points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Achievements as well, baby.
Whoa, who's that?
Like a ninja.
Welcome back, Chocolate.
Sorry.
No,
you're good, man. That's a good point, though. I never actually thought about that. Like, I've played PUBG for so long and never thought about achievements. It's so weird to think of that as me playing around a PUBG and, like, I'm sure there'll be one the first time you die and being like, oh, I just had an achievement pop. Weird. Like,
that is going to be weird.
Yeah.
Do you know, are they going to retroactively pop?
At least other preview program games, that's not the case, so I would assume no.
Okay. So if I boot this up on the 4th, I'm not going to get, like,
just
16
constant
pop-ups?
No.
Okay, well.
It'd be great if it would, though, wouldn't it?
Right. How great would that be, too, if it surfaced at Xbox? It's like, Risky just got 800 points in 2 seconds. Okay, account banned.
Be like Sea of Thieves, went after every title update.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that achievement? Oh, I got that days ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that's cool. Cool. Chocolate, you want to take this next one?
Yeah, I was wondering if you wanted me to take this one. So, Overwatch and Lego. So, Lego put out a tweet showing the Overwatch character select screen with some of its characters. To be honest, I haven't even seen this tweet, so you guys are going to have to fill me in.
So, The tweet was just like, after you select your characters and you see exactly who's going to be there for your like upcoming match in Overwatch.
Okay.
They just showed them like the outline of it was Widowmaker, Reinhardt, Genji, Soldier 76, Mercy, and McCree, but they were all Legos.
Oh, Lego-fied characters.
Lego-fied characters. I don't know. I just thought it's a cool partnership, and I mean, I already have a decent amount of Legos because I'm a man-child, but this is something that I thought was pretty sweet. And
are they all in your bedroom?
You what?
Are all the Legos in your bedroom?
They're in my man cave.
Yeah, chocolate man cave, not in the bedroom. That's the racing car bed, okay? Jeez.
But it's a freaking sweet car.
Yeah, it's got flames on the sides. Freaking fast is what it is.
And it's a double.
I'm the first that's always calling out people like, oh, why are you buying amiibos, all this stuff? Because, like, what are you going to do with it? But I would totally be the dummy that would buy these because I'm like you. I have a fondness of Legos, so.
Did you ever buy any amiibo?
I withheld, actually. I did not. I wanted to. I thought about it for a long time, but I ended up not.
Probably just a rabbit hole you don't want to fall down.
Well, I tell you what, the gateway one for me almost was the 16 or the 8-bit Mario one was almost the one that pushed me over the edge to get, but I didn't.
You could just get one and then not buy any more.
I know, but that's never
you
how
could try your best.
That's never how these addictions work, Risky. Let's be honest.
Hey, it worked for me. I bought one, and it was Link riding Epona, and I bought it because when you were playing Zelda, you could scan it once a day and get a chest with like materials or like different weapons and stuff. So I was like, this is just gonna help me get through the game.
I love how people are always like, oh, Nintendo's never going the loot box route, but they kind of did in a weird workaround way. So
yeah, and then eventually my dogs got a hold of it and ate the actual like statue off of it. So now I just have this like NFC chip thing like the bottom of the amiibo, and I
so now it's purely just loot box. Is all it is.
I keep it in my Switch case with it, and if I play Zelda, I just scan it quick. It's not very fun to look at anymore.
There's nothing whimsical about it anymore. It's just
it was a pretty awesome
materials.
amiibo, and now it's just nothing. Now it's a stand to a toy.
I do like how when they started having factory issues, how you would get these bizarre, weird amiibos that ended up selling on eBay for crazy high prices because like they were just oddities. Like Luigi doesn't have a leg in this one, and then it was going for like crazy high prices because it was like, obviously like super rare, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, they had, when I was at PAX, there was one vendor who had a ton of amiibo, and a bunch of them were like Japanese only ones and stuff like that. But then there was some of those weird like botch job ones where it was like $200. Yeah. It's like $200. He's missing a leg. $200.
Yeah, it's like
what?
It's like. I saw that that was a news story a year or so ago, but I saw it and I'm like, get out of here, come on. And then you sure enough, you get on eBay and search it, and that stuff, I'm sure it's still there too. Like,
it's not even a whole amiibo you're trying to sell me.
This is not how this works. But yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was kind of super funny but hey, I guess goes to show you that they were I'm sure they were fairly successful for Nintendo, so.
Yeah, I think this will be cool. I am imagining these being like the little Lego minifigure like pouches,
totally,
where you buy like it's like $3 or $4, and it's like a blind box. It's like opening a pack of baseball cards. It's a loot box inside of Walmart that has
100%
one of these random characters. And I don't know if it's just these 6 Overwatch characters to start. If they're gonna roll out more, makes sense. You make these 3-cent Lego little pieces of plastic and sell them for 4,000 times profit.
I mean, let's be honest too, if they're making, even if it's a limited partnership now, I have to assume we're going to get more full-fledged sets later,
Yeah, true.
Which there's something slightly cool about that, because I guess like if you play, especially if you play a lot of Overwatch, those levels. Like I'm sure some levels are more iconic than others, but it would almost be kind of cool to have a Lego representation of some of those levels. Maybe
that would be sweet.
I don't know. There's going to be like a cart that moves, like I'm sure that's going to be one of them probably, but like,
it's just called the payload.
That's it, just payload. Like, and then you have a parent at Target talk to an employee, my son wants the payload Lego. It's like, what?
Excuse me, man?
This is what we've came to.
Yeah.
I wonder who's going to be next, though. Who's going to jump on the Lego bandwagon next?
Everyone should.
Well, Minecraft already has. I mean, they did a while back, so
Yep.
I don't know.
Fortnite will be the next one. I can see it now.
Because Funko Pop just picked them up. They're doing they're doing Funko Pop different skin sets.
I love Funko Pop.
Like the dinosaur one. That's the only one I can think of right now. You have a green dinosaur outfit, and they're turning that into a Funko Pop.
Oh, jeez.
It'll probably be if you get to tier 100 in the game, like those skins that you unlock, those are like the Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Actually, talking of which, Microsoft have gone in partnership, haven't they? Well, Gears of War. I'm surprised your Avatar stuff hasn't come up with the little Funko Pop.
Oh, you know that's coming.
God, I don't want that.
That's coming.
Episode 14, you've heard it here. 15
you know
even.
Coming.
So I don't want more Funko Pop as I look at my collection over on the wall.
That's another thing that I've somehow withheld. But man,
Good
I'm not
for
gonna
you.
lie. When I look at like the Geralt ones and stuff like that, I'm like, man, I really want this. And then then it's even worse because I built this PC and it's got a open case to where it's just the guts are just open to the outside in it, but it's got like a shelf in it. And so I'm kind of like, hey, wouldn't it be kind of cool if I got like a Master Chief Funko Pop that's sitting there? Wouldn't that be really rad?
Or maybe some Overwatch Legos.
Yeah, or some Legos just hanging off the motherboard. That would be cool.
Hopefully your fan's good. You're just going to have a bunch of melted Legos.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And then I just got to buy more. It's just, there we go. We're going down the rabbit hole. Speaking of Fortnite, though, I didn't put this in the news. Did you guys see the Sprint commercial with Fortnite in it?
Nope.
I'm in the UK.
Well, wait, do you guys not have Sprint over there?
No, I don't know what company that they would have changed the name to, but I don't think Sprint's a thing over here.
They're not over there. Okay. Well, they have a new Sprint commercial. It's the first one I saw with like an actual phone company, to where they were showing off the new Note, Samsung Galaxy Note, and everybody's gathered around in a Sprint store because they're having like a Fortnite tournament and playing it on the Note. So that's where we are with mainstream video games, guys.
That's great.
Congratulations, Fortnite.
I did see that the Samsung partnered with them for the Battle Royale in Fortnite. So like it launched on Samsung devices, but not the rest of Android stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
weird.
And some of it might be the same Sprint commercial you're talking about, or it's Verizon, but it's like pre-order the Note 9 and get 1,500 V-Bucks, and like that's that's a real thing.
Oh no!
So and like a skin or something too. It's like
I hate everything about this.
It's weird. It's
you pre-ordering your Note now. Doc.
You have like a yeah. You have like a hoodie with like Verizon red and black on it. Oh Jesus!
So
man.
It's great.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we had some. I'll take this one. We had some game announcements from Gamescom. So I'll just go down the list. So this has been out for a while on PC in a beta or alpha form, but The Hunt Showdown. This is. Doc, do you know more about this one?
I do. Yeah, I actually played it a little. I've played it a little bit. I'm one of those idiots that get suckered into buying these alphas and stuff.
Yeah, I thought this actually looked pretty sweet.
Hey, for what it's worth, I think this game will be really fun. It's actually a really fun two-player co-op game too, actually, because the premise is that you start on a map and it's either you can play solo if you want, but typically it's played with two people on a team, and can be varying amounts of teams. I haven't played it in a while, so I don't know if they've upped the teams or what, but usually there's at least 3 or 4 other teams of 2 players. And somewhere on this map is a creature, a monster, if you will. Like the one when I played it, it was a horrifically scary-looking giant spider. Which the way it moves is I don't normally get creeped out by video games, but the way the spider moves in this game is creepy as hell. Yes, because they did a good job with its animation. But the other catch is that there's a lot of basically zombies all over the map too, that they're not that much of a threat, but you do have to deal with them at times. Some other creatures, like almost undead dogs, things like that. But the cool part about the game is that you go around the map, and the whole point is that you're trying to find this creature to basically cast it back to hell, I guess you could say, or whatever. You can pick up clues on the map that will slowly narrow down the map at where the creature is, because you start the game and you don't know. You just have the whole map open. It could be anywhere. And you get these clues, and they will slowly lead you to the part of the map. They slowly fade out the map where it's not in and lead you in the right direction. The catch about it is that this is all permadeath when it comes to XP and items and stuff. So let's say you start the match, you and a friend, you find the creature, you're fighting the creature, but all of a sudden another team comes along, kills you, you die. You don't actually get anything because you died in the match. But let's say you killed the creature and then you got out in time. You get all the XP you've gained, all the levels XP you've gained, and any additional items and stuff you get after the match. The catch also is, let's say you find the creature and kill it. Every other team in the world then sees where you are.
I'll say that's one thing to know is that this is a mix of PvP and PvE, because
100%,
you do have other teams trying to hunt down these same bounties.
Exactly, yeah. And the one thing I kind of an early strategy that I saw forming with the game was that typically if you were the first to come upon a creature, a lot of times it was smarter to just wait it out to another group got there, let them get in a fight, and then kind of pick them off, coming out of nowhere, pick them off, then kill the creature, and then book it.
That makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah, so like there's a lot of like strategy like that going on, but it's actually really fun though. Like I said, it's a really great 2-player co-op game, and I feel like there's not a lot of those that really specialize in that, just that focus. But it's a unique take on the whole PvE, PvP, like in a different scenario. I also should note too, you don't have to kill the creature to also complete the match. You can not kill the creature, still kill a lot of other stuff, get XP, and just leave the match. Obviously, you won't get as much loot and XP as if you did, but you also will still be able to carry everything over because you didn't die.
How does it work if you wait out and wait for that team to kill the creature and then kill them straight after?
So then
you collect all the loot.
Yes, you collect the bounty at that point. Yes,
very much like
so that's the
Borderlands-esque.
Yeah, that ends up becoming the hook for it, and where the strategy would involve, like, well, I've only got limited ammo. I'm gonna let these guys go in, waste all their ammo and health on this creature, and then I'll just mop them up afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's 5 teams.
Is it 5 teams? Okay, there you go, 5 teams. Yeah. So yeah, and it's a pretty large map too. And the other thing I'll say about this too is I'm really interested to see how this looks on the X, because it is a really good looking game too, and they've really come a long ways with it also.
So yeah, this is Crytek's making this. So
so yeah, it's a looker then. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I think that looks pretty awesome, and that's coming into game preview. I don't think they actually had a date for it.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually gave a hard date. I think they just said sometime this fall, probably.
Yeah. All right, so next up we had the Black Desert Online beta. That's coming in October. This is a MMO. This is something I've not looked into or cared. I know some people are hyped for BDO to be coming to the Xbox. Not for me.
Yeah.
This is a life-sucking game, isn't it? You literally go proper deep into this.
Yeah, it can be your World of Warcraft if you want it to be. I don't know much about this other than I know it's got an insane character generator, but other than that, I don't know much.
Well, I also know that it's going to be 4K 30 frames per second, so there's that.
Oh, go on.
No, that's it. There's not
okay.
not much else to say.
All right, cool.
You guys into that at all?
No.
Pass.
I mean, I'm one of those people that never really got into World of Warcraft, so clearly MMOs aren't my cup of tea necessarily. Yeah.
There's too much other stuff to play.
I was going to say I have no way got enough time to lose myself.
Can't be wrapped up unless it's like the only thing you're playing. That's tough.
Yeah. I think that ends up being the problem with MMOs is because it's such a commitment, So.
Marriage is a commitment. This would just be a pleasure.
Wait, heyo.
Well, anyway, strike that off the book. Off we go.
All right.
Yeah, move along. Charles, move along, please.
Move along, please. Move along.
The guys at Top Gear, they currently have a show called The Grand Tour on Amazon, I think.
No, rephrase. So the old hosts of Top Gear.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess formerly of.
Formerly of Top Gear after someone punched someone in the face for having a cold sandwich.
Yeah, so tell me about that, Chocolate. I forgot that this all went down. That's why the show ended up getting canceled in the first place, right?
Well, it didn't get cancelled. Oh god, I can't remember the really annoying tall one.
Yeah.
Which I can't think of his name. After a day of filming, I think he lamped a producer because it was something about food. They wanted hot food and they were served cold food. It was over food, so he decked one of them, punched him square in the face.
That's hilarious.
I think he got sacked in the end. The other two walked with him, and then all of a sudden there was nothing, and then it got Top Gear came back with Chris Evans, Matt LeBlanc, and God knows who else.
I say, didn't
Right.
it turned in from like
Yeah.
a British TV show, and then it came to like, it was like American after that, right? With Matt LeBlanc and those guys? Are they all American hosts now?
Well, no, Chris Evans was a Radio 1 DJ in England.
Okay.
But anyway, that's a hot pile of poo in my...
I knew one of the guys was kind of considered shitty. I just couldn't remember what went down.
So either way,
I-
this is the original host.
Jeremy
of the show.
Clarkson. That's the man. Jeremy Clarkson. And then they went over to Amazon and signed this nice big fat contract.
Amazon's like, we have hot sandwiches. Come over here.
We got all the
Yeah.
hot sandwiches.
I mean, I think he, while he was off, he was promoting Amazon Fire Stick on TV as an advert.
got to do something.
That's hilarious.
Well, yeah, and then all of a sudden, I think weeks later,
Struck this deal.
as he was flicking through, they flick through. Oh, this has a remote watch, and then the Grand Tour appeared, and he's like, oh. Or he flicked over Top Gear and was like,
Ugh.
yeah. So
That's actually kind of great.
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
it was quite good writing, but yeah, that's it. So anyway, they're the people.
Yeah, so they're making an episodic racing game to go along with the show this season on Amazon. Yeah, not much else to say about that one.
Yeah.
An episodic racing game, that seems weird, kind of.
Yeah, that's the thing that stood out weird to me because the best I could tell with what I read was that, so, obviously the show will have episodes and seasons, and they acted like they would progressively, like, I guess their thought process is, okay, just, I'm going to make up an example, but like this episode we're going to talk about the McLaren, and now in the game this week with the show is the new McLaren, or when a new season starts there'll be a much bigger, I guess, content pack or something. That they kind of hinted that that's how they would treat it, I guess.
Sounds like they're fortnighting racing.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Unless you're racing on the same map or the same stretch of road constantly, which would then
So I just brought it up
be boring.
just to get a few more pieces of information on it. It says players will reenact challenges from the show. The episodes will be released weekly in line with the third season of the Grand Tour TV series.
Huh.
So the game is just going to be called the Grand Tour as well, which
Okay.
I'm somehow missed that, but makes sense.
Be interesting to see how that turns out then, because that is an interesting approach as far as a way to, I guess, get people engaged in one or the other or both. But
Did they say how much it would be, or
I think it's a full price $60 game on console. Yeah.
I didn't see the price, but sure, why not? I guess.
I guess it could take the Hitman approach as far as that goes, but I don't know. Or the initial Hitman approach with how they did it episodically, but
yeah?
We will
gosh.
see. Next up, the Dark Pictures anthology, Man of Medan. This is, God bless you.
Thank you. Sorry, I thought I
knew
muted
what that
in
was.
time.
Yep.
This is being developed by Supermassive. They're the ones that did Until Dawn for the PS4. That was the super nice looking Telltale game.
Yeah.
It's a horror game with a lot of quick time events, a lot of it's a choose your own adventure game.
Right.
That game, I for whatever reason love that game. I'd never played, like, I'm not really into horror games at all, but this one was like a campy B reel or like a B film, like, and it was great. But these guys are coming out with this new thing, the Dark Pictures anthology, and this is going to be episode 1, or like their first game in the series. And this one focuses on a group of friends searching for a World War II wreck out in the South Pacific. So,
Did you see the trailer?
I did see the trailer.
It looks amazing, doesn't it?
That's the thing. Like, Until Dawn looked so good.
Totally. totally.
This is going to be the same thing. A good thing about this is it is going to be multi-platform, so it's not going to be locked into the PlayStation ecosystem. So Xbox fans and PC people will also get to do it, or get to play it. So
the other thing I liked about Until Dawn a lot, and I'll be interested to see if this takes the same approach, is how many different endings you could get to based on who lives and who died and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was one thing I read here, is that every character will be able to die in this upcoming game.
See it.
So same kind of
it's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be a lot like, okay, that's cool.
Because that's like all I'm picturing this is like Until Dawn Part 2 with a different cast of characters, I think is what we're getting here. And I am A-okay with it, because I wondered, because after Until Dawn happened, they had the Until Dawn stupid VR on-rail shooter thing. And I was like, this is what we're doing with that license. And it was such a bummer.
Yeah,
but maybe
I agree.
nothing ever got announced for it because they ended up working... on this new series for all platforms. So either way, that's going to be awesome. So
I think I saw Iceman in the trailer. The guy who did
Quantum Break.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
Can't think of his name. I'm sure he's in it right near the end.
I can't think of his name, but this just reminds
Sean Ashton. Sean Ashton.
Ashmore?
Yeah.
Or Ashmore. Sean Ashmore, that's it.
Did you know that Sean Ashmore has an identical twin?
What?
Okay,
No.
I started watching this show on Sci-Fi a couple weeks ago, and it's called Joy Kills. It's just about like space bounty hunters or whatever. And I saw like the picture on my phone, and I was like, "Oh, Sean Ashmore's in this. Like, that's weird." So I watched it, and like it took me like half of an episode to be like, "Why does he kind of look weird?"
Or slightly different than what I remember.
Slightly off. And so I IMDb'd it. His twin brother. They look and sound identical.
Wow.
It is the weirdest shit.
Wow.
That show is also pretty fun. If anyone needs a weird sci-fi bounty hunter flick, or not flick, there's 4 seasons of it at this point. They're in the middle of season 4.
Yeah.
But Sean Ashmore has a twin brother. You heard it here first.
God, can you imagine being you're Sean? No, I'm just his evil twin.
I'm not Iceman. I'm the guy from that sci-fi TV series that no one watches.
With that said, I bet it still works out pretty good for him, though, even still. But I guess it sounds like he had probably the same ambitions as if he's also an actor. So I guess maybe in that respect.
Oh, we can't get Sean. What's his twin brother up to? He's probably a lot cheaper.
We can get him. Yeah, we can get him at a discount, right?
So that looks really good. This last one is a big one for me. We got our first Life is Strange 2 trailer. This one's going to be focused on 2 brothers, it seems like, who are on the run. You see like a clip of some type of a tragedy involving some shooting and a cop, and something bad goes down, so those 2 are now on the lam. Episode 1 comes out September 27th, so a month from now. That'll be a game for me that I will be waiting until it's all done. Which kind of sucks because you give me this September 27th release date, and it's like, that means nothing. Like, tack 5 months onto that, and then I'll get to play my game. It's the same thing with Walking Dead. The final season just came out, the Telltale game, and I'm just like, waiting. It's like, episode 2 is coming out soon. It's like, when's it all going to be over so I can play through it? Yeah,
I always wonder about that, how many people will actually take the play it, wait for the next one to approach, because I'm sure they did when the first season came out, but like, I can't imagine a lot of people take that approach anymore.
With the way that Telltale games go on sale, if you wait for that 5th episode to come out, you get it for like a quarter of the price. But so we got our first look at Life is Strange 2. It doesn't look like it has anything to do with Zoe or Chloe, whatever their names were in the first game. So a whole new story. But that was most of the Gamescom stuff that I think stuck out to us the most. Obviously,
Battlefield 5.
Yeah, there's not much else to say about this other than we just had a update for the beta. We had already talked about it being on the 4th and 6th. 4th if you pre-ordered, 6th for everybody. But we did find out it's going to have the Narvik snow map and Rotterdam, which they've not showed a ton of gameplay of yet because Battlefield or EA refuses to market this game in any intelligent way, and we won't actually see any of Rotterdam from Gamescom until tomorrow when that embargo lifts. So check YouTube when this it'll be out on YouTube by the time this podcast is up. But but the other thing we figured out was it's just Conquest only, no Grand Campaign in the 2 maps.
All right, great.
Pretty much it.
We also have news on what are is these the beta dates for if you pre-ordered was September 4th?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Pre-order September 4th and then open for everybody on the 6th.
So are you getting anything if you are an EA Access member or no?
I don't know if you do on this, and it still applies to the main game as far as getting to play 10 hours worth 5 days early. I don't know if
it does anything with the beta. Probably not.
It might. I don't know. I actually don't know for sure. Yeah.
Well, if you're in it anyway, you can do what our friend suggests. Order it, play your get your code, play it, and then cancel it.
Yeah.
That's how all of the community got to play Call of Duty, and that everyone simultaneously canceled their pre-orders, so that me and Kowalski are going to be the only one playing that game.
There was a wave of purges on the we call it Black Tuesday for the Call of Duty beta purges on the pre-orders. So yeah, it was, hey, who knows, man? They might drop that blackout mode, and everybody's just like, I was always in on it. I love this game.
No, pre-orders will go up again just to get the code for blackout.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right, one last thing I wanted to add. This is a spur of the moment thing here, but I think every week we can cover the games that are coming out this upcoming week after you've listened to the show. There's not a ton here for this week, but anyways, without further ado, here's a few games that are coming out this upcoming week. We have Donut County coming out August 28th on PS4, PC, iOS. Have you guys seen stuff on this? It reminds me of you remember the Katamari game where you're literally just rolling around picking stuff up?
Oh, yeah. God, yeah.
This is the opposite of that, where you start off as a tiny hole and you swallow up little items, and as you swallow things, you get bigger and bigger to the point of like just swallowing whole buildings and vehicles and stuff.
That actually sounds pretty great.
I saw stuff on this 2 PAX Easts ago. I played this at a demo station. The indie booths are always super easy to get into at PAX, so that's where I spend a lot of time. I remember playing this game, and it's finally coming out.
Oh, wow.
It looks fun. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is also coming out the same day, August 28th. That's going to be on Switch.
Right.
Strange Brigade, I know Toast from the community, I think he already pre-ordered this one. It's a weird Left 4 Dead-esque kind of game set in Egypt. You look like you're help me out with what those people are called.
Archaeologist? No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it almost looks like it's got like an old even like an old MGM horror flick type approach of like time period and like the way the characters kind of look and stuff, but yeah, it's definitely taking the aspect of a supernatural ancient Egypt like approach to it. Yeah, as far as like a horde based shooter.
Instead of zombies, you're killing mummies. I mean, pretty much the same thing, I guess. That game does look neat, to say the least. And then the last one up, just nobody kill me, but Destiny 2 Forsaken. That's coming out September 4th. That's the new expensive DLC for Destiny. I watched way too much coverage of this at Gamescom, and now I'm all of a sudden on the fence about whether or not I'm getting this instead of 100 miles away from buying this.
You got on this hype train,
dude.
Hard.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never thrown more shade at a company than Bungie this last year. And for whatever reason, I see this, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Take
my 100.
Good.
I will say this. I mean, like, with Destiny 2, I mean, like, as much as people harped on it, I mean, how many hours of fun did they get out of it? You know, countless. And, like, and this will be substantial, too, I'm sure.
They said this,
for the people,
this is bigger than The Taken King. So this is literally their biggest DLC that wasn't a standalone game ever.
Substantial,
yeah.
I'm sure it'll be worth it to the people that are still into it, hands down. I mean, I'm not, you know, like I'm one of those people that threw a lot of shade their way with more so in the fact that I felt like they didn't learn as much as they should have after the first game in order to justify having a separate game and not building on the first one with your first character. But with that said, I mean, I'm sure this will absolutely be 100% worth it to the people that are still playing and enjoying Destiny.
It's going to have a new raid, not like a new raid layer. like they've been doing. This is going to be
Yeah.
something completely different.
Yeah.
4 new strikes, a bunch of everything. 2 new spaces. Oh my god.
That's a pretty big deal actually too. 2 new
I've
spaces.
got a problem.
Risky's just pre-ordered this.
I haven't yet. And the only person I saw maybe cracking was Toast. He was like, "Yeah, I'm sure I'll end up getting it after I watch it, or after I see people hyping it up enough."
I feel like that's Toe's general disposition anymore. He's just like he's like, nah, I'm not even gonna act like I'm gonna take a hard stand on this. I'll probably get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the big ones for this next week. So yeah.
Cool.
So video games. Next up, Chocolate, you disappeared again. So we moved Chocolate's Call Out Challenge to right now.
After my back-to-back victories on the UK shores, I'm heading back out to the US. Ladonian, you have been called out by Chocolate. It is time for me to once again conquer the Promised Land. Ladonian, get ready to be bared. Woo, yeah. Oh, yeah!
And I know he's made our album art, but he needs to be called out. He needs to be taught a lesson,
I love it.
and that's enough.
Good luck, Ladonian. Good luck.
And remember
Chocolate's coming after that ass now. So
Oh boy, shit just got
I was
real.
just about to say, make sure the time is child-friendly towards me. And there's Doc dropping an ass. Right, anyway, let's go.
All right. Yeah, that's gonna do it for the show. Let's plug this thing up. If you'd like to support the show with your hard-earned money, you can head on over to patreon.com/CAG podcast. You can get ridiculed on the show. You can be forced into making us new cover art,
Album art.
and new art for all of our social
forced
media.
into free labor.
Yeah, a lot of great benefits with your Patreon subscription, including next month's giveaway of the mystery item is what I'm going to leave it at for now.
Ooh, ominous.
Yes. It's going to be everything you imagined it was going to be, maybe.
Are you
Quick
sure?
question: Will it be cooler than Boss Box?
I know, by 14,000 times.
Oh damn. Okay.
Rip.
Literally 14,000 times. If you'd like to stay up to date with Cross Atlantic Games, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We are at CAG Podcast there. Questions, comments, concerns, any of that type of stuff, cagpodcast@gmail.com. That's also where you're going to send in your name the phrase answers. And congrats again to Ladonian for winning that this month.
God, winning that, getting called out, and doing album art for us.
What an episode
What a
for
week.
Ladonian.
It's gonna be exhausted.
What an episode. We also have a merchandise store. Links for that are in the show notes. We are slowly going to be putting in some of this new artwork into that shop. So you can get our new logos on stuff. I think the three of us are kind of waiting until that happens, so you don't have the outdated stuff. So in the upcoming weeks, look out for that. It should be changing.
More.
Or hey, maybe you wanna be like I was there back in the OG days.
That
just
is a good
saying.
point. If you're looking to do that, hop on that now.
There'll be an original. Our very first album art will be going up as well.
I'm so excited for some of this garbage art we used to have.
Oh man,
No one's got any pictures of the ones I did.
Oh
have
no,
they?
those are definitely still saved on my phone.
I just
Maybe we'll put those
I
up.
just remembered. I was about to say, I just remember the ones that one chick offered to sell us for money. So that was interesting.
If
Yeah.
only we could throw that up there without having to pay her $200 for
man.
it.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to the show, you're welcome.
If you're listening to the show, you are a con artist. And the worst.
Although that did give us quite a bit of enjoyment,
Oh, no,
though. So
100%.
I mean, Yeah.
Did spurn my my album off. Anyway, keep going.
All right.
Yeah.
And lastly, if you'd like to chat with us and the rest of 16 Ounce Gaming family, you can join us over at Discord. We're all active there. Any announcements for the show will also happen there, as well as all of those other things I just announced for you. But yeah, come hang out in Discord. It's a great place. Fun times.
Lots of cool people to play games
Fun
with.
times to be had. Anything else
Do
you
it,
guys
guys.
want to plug? All right. Chocolate.
Yeah.
What a terrible way to phrase that question.
Yeah,
with-
especially towards me.
Yeah, you're playing with fire there, directing that
Yeah,
towards
it's pushing
Chocolate,
11
so-
o'clock for him. He's getting he's turning into
He's-
weird sleepy chocolate. He's just
Yeah.
slowly been transforming over this whole episode.
Oh.
Tough day. Got work tomorrow as well. Nice and early. Oh, I know.
I've seen some pictures of Chocolate at work, and
He does not look happy.
He doesn't look like he's working.
Well, it depends on which picture you're talking about, because there was one picture where you looked very happy, if you know
Had
what
to
I mean.
do with a baguette.
Yes.
Or a sub roll. I'm not sure.
Are you happy to see me, or is that a baguette?
Anyways, thanks for tuning into
Anyways,
this week's
what?
episode of Cross Atlantic Gaming. We'll catch you guys next week for an all-new episode. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Tell your friends about the podcast. Bye-bye.
What a turn of events it has been. I, Chocolate, have been called out on my own segment. Somewhat anonymous. We will face each other. I will crush you. Pro Evolution Soccer 2018 is the game. This will be the final swan song while it exits Game Pass. I hope you're ready.
Nailed it. All right, you want to do this thingy?
That's what she said.
All right.
Chocolate, you can just leave at this point.
Get the out of here.
I'm just kidding. I love you.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm not going to drop this.
We're still recording.
I mean,
buddy.
Yeah, in that case, that will be dropped
Apparently
forever
that is getting
in
dropped.
audio file
All right.
in perpetuity.
Shit, my stomach hurts.